All right, so NVIDIA takes the throne from Apple once again. NVIDIA with a $3.4 trillion market cap. Apple has backslid. That's what Apple got downgraded. They got downgraded to a underperform. If you don't know what a downgrade means, it means that investors looked at your, analysts looked at your companies, and for whatever reason they said, here's what happened. I think that Apple, I posted this the other day and people keep saying, Apple don't have innovation, Apple don't have innovation, Apple don't have innovation. I think you measure innovation in a way, true, they haven't done a lot, but here's what I say. I think the App Store is probably the greatest invention to business that we've ever seen. Like the App Store was an amazing way to do business. I think it started, some stuff. But I will say this, it's not really in Apple's defense, it's in the idea of Apple isn't, from my perspective, it isn't that growth company anymore, right? But what I will say is they are a company that has consistently outperformed the market, right? They have outperformed the market on average with $100 and something billion in cash. Is the second largest company on the market. It doesn't have a boatload of debt. You got to think about how big the company is. And they have 1.8 billion users. Those users not going nowhere. Now, here's the thing. They may not be upgrading the phones like talking about it, true. But they still are in the Apple ecosystem, which still drives revenue. You feel me? You're still in the Apple ecosystem. And yeah, you may lose a couple people to Android. That's cool, but you're not losing like 500,000, 300,000. You're not losing that many people to them. And it's no even knock against Android. I'm just speaking from an Apple's perspective when people be like, boy, they ain't got no innovation. Cool, they probably don't, but those 1.8 billion people not leaving. Like I got a MacBook. I'm not going to get whatever the other things are. Like you put me on another computer, I'm like, bro, what is this? I could barely use this one. Right? You put me on an Android phone, I am completely lost. Like you just put something in front of my face that's Chinese. Nothing against Android. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying it's kind of like, I don't even know what to compare it, like Coca-Cola, right? Like when the last time Coca-Cola created a drink that was innovative, right? They tried Coca-Cola Zero and all that, and you're still like, all right.
Tried new Coke.
Coke, it is what it is, right? So what they started doing was buying other companies. The App Store still generate a whole bunch of money. Service and wearables now increased to 28% of their revenue, right? The iPhone sales they are declining because people just not upgrading. And the reason why that's gonna hold strong is because it represents 51% of their revenue, right? It represents 51% of their revenue. Their third largest phone in China, 100%. That's one thing we gotta realize. China is limiting the American exposure over there. And in my mind, I'm not gonna be mad. I think we need to limit their exposure here. I think that's the way the game needs to be played. So you think about what Elon doing, right? People they heard Trump had said something about like the EV game. Like I think he wasn't gonna make it mandatory or something like that. And people was like, Elon standing right there, and Trump said that. I said, what we fail to realize is that Elon is really off the car game. He off the car game, bro. He on something completely different now. Bro trying to go out of space now. Like, bro been on the outer space thing for a minute, bro. He on the outer space thing right now. He on the creating these tunnels all across. Watch this. Watch this. He about to do the tunnel thing, what the railroads did back in the day. Mark my word on that, Jose. Mark my word on that, Jose. He off the car game. Moved aside Audi. Tesla takes the lead. Tesla led global car sales in 2024 by delivering 1.7 million vehicles, surpassing Audi, which sold 1.6. Despite experiencing its first annual delivery decline in over a decade, Tesla maintained its edge over Audi, whose sales also dropped by 12% amid fierce competition in China. right? All these electric cars also fell by 8%, prompting the company to scale back production and close certain facilities. Bro, you got to think about it. Like, bro, not even much tripping on, like, it's cool. But you got to see when somebody, like, think about it like this from Amazon. After they dominated the book space and that retail space, they started doing other stuff. They started getting into other avenues. Why? Because, watch this. I'm about to say this real good. You could do one thing well, right? You're supposed to do one thing well, but watch this, Jose. Your company gotta have a way to have other streams of income that produce at a high level. And that's what he's doing. Think about it. Boom. The Tesla car does amazing. We cannot deny that. It dominated, but then he went to the what? He got the charging stations. He started integrating that with different companies. Then the next thing he did was say, all right, what's the next one we could do? He come up with this tunnel. Like, they create the tunnel that go from, is in Las Vegas, right? The next one he trying to create, guess what? Well, you can get to New York to London in an hour. It's the next tunnel he's trying to create. You get to from New York to London in an hour, right? Then he putting links in people's head. They got 3 people with that. Bro on a whole, like he on a whole nother wavelength. So watch this. The minute Trump said that about that, he come back 5 minutes later and say what? We're going to Mars. We're going to Mars. That's what he said in the speech. And guess what Elon did? That's what he did. Guess what? Bro, we need to go to Mars, bro. Hey, I put a lot of billions of dollars into this situation here. And then guess what Trump said today? I don't have a problem if Elon Musk buy TikTok. And again, and let me say this is not me glorifying nobody or none of that. I don't put my feelings in the game. I just look at the game like, all right, like, who do I see positioning themselves in the game? Y'all. Who do we see positioning themselves in the game? Mark Zuckerberg says that he is incentivizing TikTok creators with significant following by offering monthly bonuses of $10,000 to $50,000 to prioritizing posting content on Instagram Reels before other platforms. Competitors in the social media space vying with TikTok include YouTube, Pinterest, Reddit, and Snap. What's that? Mark bringing out the bag. Mark top 5. Mark say he heard the people say, Mark, pay us some money. Mark said, I got you. He said, hey, check it. Y'all want some money? I got you. I got a bonus of 10 to 50K for you.
I wonder how they breaking that down.
I don't know. We got to get in touch with you and Nikki so we can figure it out.
Because I got one of my clients, we had 300 over there. I'm trying like, hey.
300 what?
300,000.
On TikTok?
On TikTok. About to touch 100 on this side, but it was a slow burn. And so that's why I'm like, now I'm in my mind like, how are we doing
I mean, if you can get your people to come over, Mark like, hey, I got a bag for you. I got a bag for you.
I'm already.
I got a bag for you. I ain't mad at it.
Look, all they gotta do for real is get the bag. Hey,
so let me ask you a question. So I saw that Instagram changed the format from square to triangle. What is rectangle? What does that do?
Just get more real estate so you can see. It's just more appealing to the eye.
Why are people mad at that? Like I saw people saying like, bring the square back. And I was like, why? Like, maybe I don't know because I'm not into it like that.
So used to certain things, they're resistant to change.
I just felt like it gave you longer, more real estate.
Basically, in regards to
you went to a 3-story house now.
Yeah, but if he updates as far as the algorithm like TikTok had, that's how TikTok won. The algorithm.
So it's hard.
I know, because advertising and everything like that.
Get that off the thing. They got a thing on the screen. There you go. So I think because they personalized that algorithm, I think they personalized that algorithm. They made that algorithm. Now I will say, Mark, you gotta let people content. You gotta let people content reach more people.
Because I promise you, in this day and age, more people would be vying for attention versus money.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, they love money.
Yeah.
But what they love more than money is
Yeah,
attention.
you gotta, Mark, you gotta let people, that's what only thing I will say. I will say that, Mark, you gotta let people content go. People want reach. That's what people, if we think about it, Jose, Mark eating out Trump hand, man, you still on that? I thought we talked about that 10, 20 minutes ago. You still on that? Yeah, you ain't heard nothing we said. I will say this, one of the reasons why people went to TikTok it was because it was allowing, people was going viral on TikTok every day.
I know.
Because they was letting the content run, right? I think people lose the fact, well, TikTok let you say what you want to say. No, it's a Chinese app. They're allowing you to say stuff about America because it's the enemy, right? They're not allowing people from, and so people say this though, so here's what I want people to know too. People keep saying it's not a Chinese app. There's a Chinese version of it. The Chinese version of it is what says, hey, y'all can't say this over here. So it's saying, right? And I think that's the part that allowed it to go crazy I don't think it was so much about the dances and all that. It was, they letting the content go. It wasn't I'm shadow banned. It was, the content in the air.
And what happens is when it goes, now the people who are receptive to it, now we start learning.
Yeah.
It's just learning.
Yeah.
So now you're like, yo, I'm addicted.
Yeah. I think if any, and here's the thing though, here's what I will say. At one time, Instagram had that, your content was gone. You feel me? I think over the last maybe 3 years, your content started getting suppressed. You was like, yo, I'm only getting bro, what is going on here? So I think if he opened the content up a little bit more, right? I ain't saying everything, because some content is trash, right? You still got to be a creator, right? But I think if you open it up a little bit, Brian, let people, you know what I'm saying? I think that's how you make your app better. You let creators. I get it though. There's a business in, you know what I'm saying? But I think if you let people, you know what I'm saying? You let people content grow. I think the suppression of the content is what kills it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, cause like I said, 3 years ago, bro, you get on, you know what I'm saying? You gotta let the organic thing be organic, bro. You can't, and I think I think that is the upside to TikTok. It don't matter. Ain't no picks and chooses. Go.